Recently, the talent pool inside these offices has been leaking. High-profile researchers like Jan Leik and co-founder John Schulman have left OpenAI, departing a culture that has grown increasingly focused on commercial product cycles. But the most significant shift is the arrival of Andrej Karpathy at Anthropic. A Stanford PhD who led AI at Tesla, Karpathy spent years engineering the physical scale of the company's autopilot and full self-driving systems. Now he's the third major OpenAI figure to join their primary rival. Karpathy is the architect of a philosophy called vibe coding. It's the idea that developers should spend less time writing raw syntax and more time acting as directors, prompting an AI to build the actual application for them. At Anthropic, he is applying that exact concept to the deepest layers of the model Claude. He was hired to build a system where the AI acts as the lead researcher, designing and training its own successor. The reason for this hire lies in a looming constraint known as the Great Data Wall of 2026. This graph shows the exponential demand for training data colliding with a rapidly plateauing supply of high-quality, human-written text. Frontier models have already consumed nearly all of the viable articles, books, and code humans have ever shared online. We are reaching an intersection point where the total demand for intelligence begins to eclipse the available supply of human knowledge. To continue making progress, the industry must now figure out how to make AI generate its own training data. Expanding hardware footprints and buying more NVIDIA chips hit a wall of diminishing returns when the supply of training data dries up. Brute force scaling requires a fuel source that no longer exists in its natural state. This creates a logical paradox. If a new AI is trained entirely on text generated by an older AI, there is no obvious path for it to become smarter. If the student only learns from the teacher's outputs, the model's intelligence should logically stay the same. In practice, it often gets worse. Training an AI on unverified AI-generated text can lead to model collapse, where the model's logic and syntax progressively degrade with each new generation. If this paradox remains unsolved, researchers warn of a performance ceiling where new models simply recycle existing intelligence rather than generating new breakthroughs. To break through that ceiling, engineers rely on a structural loophole, the asymmetry of intelligence. Generating a brilliant mathematical proof or a complex block of code is incredibly difficult, but verifying if that answer is correct is incredibly easy. This logic powers the AlphaZero loop, utilizing search and reinforcement learning. An AI generates 1,000 attempts to solve a coding problem. A compiler tests them all, identifying the isolated success and discarding the failures. The second loophole involves distilling slow thinking into fast intelligence. Models like OpenAI's o1 spend massive amounts of computing time thinking through problems step by step. Engineers take those rigorous reasoning chains and use them to train the next generation of AI to achieve that same logic instantly. The third method is data laundering. AI is deployed to ingest the messy, disorganized text of the human internet, like broken code and typos, and rewrite it into flawless, pristine digital textbooks for the next model to study. These verification loops ensure that the next AI generation isn't just mimicking the previous one, it is being trained on pure, distilled logic. This matrix shows how the major frontier labs are positioning themselves. Every player is currently building their own version of an AI accelerating AI loop. Anthropic sits in the top right. They are building a full-loop recursive world model, using simulations and self-play to teach Claude about causality and physical rules, not just language. In the lower right, OpenAI is focused on distilling reasoning chains from their o1 models to build autonomous agents with superhuman logic. Google DeepMind is using self-play to discover entirely new neural network architectures, while Meta is deploying massive amounts of synthetic data to accelerate their open-source models. Microsoft, meanwhile, is optimizing the infrastructure and cloud scheduling that supports these massive training runs, while using synthetic data to refine their smaller Phi models. The strategic advantage in this talent war has shifted toward a lab's internal philosophy for synthetic generation and their ability to automate the research cycle. The era where raw hardware dominance defined the leader is fading. We have entered a period of algorithmic software battles. Ultimately, the speed of progress depends on the design of these compounding, self-replicating feedback loops. Do you think Karpathy's recursive approach will allow Claude to finally dethrone ChatGPT? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you found this deep dive valuable, please hit that like button, share it, and subscribe to KYC AI Labs for more science behind the AI headlines.